And we've got Ralph on the line with a Medicaid question. Welcome to Daylight Savings Time, Ralph. How can I help?
I'm wondering how much income can a person have and still qualify for Medicaid or the Medicaid waiver?
Okay, so those are two different questions, right? There's about 45 different Medicaid programs to choose from. And when you've got somebody who, if you want to, you've heard me talk about PACE and waiver. PACE and waiver are for at-home care, are for assisted living, okay? And there is an income limit on those. It's around 2,500. I think it's up to $2,800 a month now, around 2,800 bucks a month. It's like 3 times the poverty level, the something like the what is it? The Social Security SSI, Supplemental Security Income Limit, 3 times. And so anyway, it's right around. If you say 2,700, it's more than that, but just say 2,700. So if you have more than 2,700 of gross income, so like if you look at the amount that gets deposited in your checking account from Social Security, right? And you say, oh, that's how much Social Security I have. I'm at 26. I'm good to go. No, you have to add back in any withheld taxes, which usually there aren't any withheld taxes, but frequently you get the Medicare payments coming out of there. And lots of times your Medicare supplement comes out of the deposit before it goes in your checking account. So very typical for people to say, oh, I qualify. And when you look at it, it's like, that's the net amount, not the gross. Also, you have to add in any gross pension that you receive, annuity payments, those all count. Now, annuities we can deal with, and there's a whole nother thing we do with married couples. But kind of the bottom line is we look at how much income you have, all right, single person, we look at the gross income that you have, and if it's above, I wish I could quote you the exact number. I'll get it for you at the break. Um, but if it's over that, then you don't qualify for waiver or PACE. Now, you do qualify for skilled care. All right. So there is no income limit on skilled care. So if you need to go to a skilled nursing facility, a traditional nursing home, this is anywhere $12,000 to $18,000 a month these days, and the price just keeps going up. But there is no income limit on that. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, they will take your money. They will take your income. They'll leave you $60, and they'll take the income as your patient pay amount. So it really doesn't, who cares? Now, here's an interesting thing. Well, I don't know if you find it interesting, but I sure do. So I'm going to tell you about it. In most states, let's just say many states, okay, in case it's 48%, in many states, you're not entitled to the skilled nursing either if your money is over a certain amount, okay? So over that amount. So if let's say you had more than 2,700 of pension or Social Security, which you could. I mean, sometimes I've seen Social Security go into the 3,000s a month. So let's say you're just over. In those other states, in most states, you can do a thing called a Miller trust, MILL, like Mitch Miller and sing along with Mitch. You can do a Miller trust, and what you do is you assign the additional income through this trust to your medical expenses. And when you do, well, now it drops you down, your income drops down, so that you are eligible for all the various kinds of Medicaid. It would be wonderful, although they'll never do it, but it would still be wonderful if in Michigan we could do the Miller Trust. We cannot. They won't let us do it. But in most other states, you can do a Miller Trust. And the frustration of this is, look, if you're involved in what we call PACE, Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, which if you're safe at home, then you don't have to go to assisted living. You don't have to go to skilled nursing. All right. They will provide care, not round the clock care. It's not like that. But it's about 60% cheaper, 40 to 60% cheaper for you to stay in your house than for them to pay for you in assisted living or skilled nursing. But if your income is, and we just had one, it was tragic because the income was like $50 over. It was just minimal. But there's nothing you can do about it. Over is over. Over is over. You can't monkey with it. And it was all Social Security, so you really can't monkey with it. But the point is that in most other states, you could do a trust to bring the income down so people would qualify for it. Well, you say, well, what's so bad about people staying in their home, qualifying for PACE using the Miller Trust? It works in all the other states, almost all the other states. It works there. They're not having a big problem with it. And it enables us to do, as you called it, waiver, that program or the PACE program to keep people in the home where it's even cheaper. And guess what? Most people would rather stay at home than go to a nursing home or residential facility anyway. Now, there's one more thing. Oh, and we're out of time. So when we get back from the break, I will have the exact number for you, Ralph. And there's one other thing we do with married couples. So with married couple, there's a way around this, and I'll talk about that next.